You know, the writer of Hebrews, when he wrote chapter 5, verse 14, that solid food belongs to those who are of full age, who by reason of use have exercised, trained their senses to discern between good and evil. And we're not talking about the physical sensuality, feelings of the flesh. We're talking about the spiritual senses of our mind, you know, where we have been trained by the use of the spiritual gifts that Paul describes in 1 Corinthians 13. I mean, it's operating in the gifts of the Spirit and also functioning, walking in the Spirit and learning obedience by the things that we suffer that teach us, you know, to discern the spiritual strongholds, to discern between good and evil. I mean, when we're talking about discerning between good and evil, we're talking about spiritual strongholds. I mean, because we're talking about the spiritual senses of our mind. You know, and it has to do with the knowledge of God, or the, you know, discernment of the truth in part, you know, that helps us to distinguish those spiritual strongholds that are demonic from the Spirit of God, whom we're born of. I mean, we need to understand the truth. We need to know the truth. I mean, that's the knowledge of the truth, to understand and to know the truth. And Jesus is the way, the truth, and the life. I mean, we need to understand that. I mean, this was something that God had pointed out to me. John 14:6. I am the way, the truth, and the life. I mean, these are all things that God has pointed out to me in the Spirit decades ago. You know, whatsoever is not of faith is sin. Those who are by the Spirit of God are the ones born of God. You know, and it doesn't mean walking around, you know, according to the sensuality of the flesh, the senses of the flesh. We're talking about the Spirit. I mean, we serve God in spirit, not with our flesh. The flesh was put to death in water baptism. We need to understand. Amen.